Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? It's getting bad in Paris, France. It's getting very, very bad in Paris, France. The food line, the food banks are growing so long now. It's insane what's happening in Paris, France today. The coronavirus, the shutting down of the economy that was already broke, busted, and disgusted. The yellow vest protesting was all about the fact that the highest taxed nation in the world that has the highest taxes is France. Throw in socialism and a corrupted government, and you have a recipe for a disaster. Then a coronavirus, and then it just falls apart. Well, that's what's happening. Let me put a shout out real fast, though, to noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. So the preppers are going to say, we told you so. And the financial advisors are scrambling to justify their advice on your retirement funds. But it all means diddly squat, really, doesn't it? I mean, this isn't the time for the blame game. This is the time to help each other out. Before this crisis happened, the Noble Gold had been helping investors to educate themselves and discover new ways of avoiding financial disaster. That's still the case. And they're offering right now to talk to you for free about what choices might still be on the table to rescue your retirement plans. They have helped hundreds of people secure their stock-backed IRAs in gold and silver to stop them from falling so hard. It's time you get into the world of physical precious metals before it's too late. Have a chat with the team over at noblegoldinvestments.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestments.com. Or pick up the phone, call Colin Plume and one of his associates at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. And tell them Pastor Paul Begley sent you there. All right, well, here's the situation. On the margins of Paris, the food banks are growing very, very, very longer. France said today the need for the food banks has the line is snaking now for hundreds of meters out of the shuttered marketplace, bordered by tower blocks and down the side of a 4-lane highway on the outskirts of one of Europe's wealthiest cities. In Paris' depressed suburbs, the number of people relying on food handouts is soaring as the strict coronavirus lockdown plunges France into its deepest recession since World War II. Many worked in the gray economy before the outbreak and now receive little protection from France's generous welfare state. There were lots of women who worked looking after children. There was a whole economy based on getting by, barely, and volunteering at food banks some 20 kilometers, 12 miles from the city. So as everything stopped, what did people find themselves doing? Nothing. They had nothing. And he said other volunteers would wind up handing out sugar and pasta, cheese and milk and fresh fruit and vegetables, most donated by local stores rather than the large retail chains. 1,600 families during the day, twice that number expected tomorrow, and it just doesn't end. The nation's broke, and the pensions were too high, and the unemployment rate is way overwhelming, and the largely immigrant population already that had come into Europe during the migration of the unstabilization of the Middle East during the Arab Spring. Boy, wasn't that a great idea? Arab Spring, wasn't that just smart to go around and just taking out all the leaders, leaving those nations destitute and broke and busted, and ISIS going around beheading people? People have to flee to get out of those countries. Where'd they go? Europe. They got to Europe. There's the open door policy, so they run through and to and fro. Now those nations in Europe are overwhelmed with immigrants. Now the coronavirus hits. The economy's crashing. The European Union is falling apart. There's no funds to be found, and it's a disaster. The food line, the food banks don't have enough food. The lines are running for, it sounds like Venezuela. That's why the yellow vest protesting was going on before the virus. The virus just adds insult to injury. The closing down of the economy on top of an economy that was already suffering greatly with high taxation. And there's not enough housing because of all the immigrants that migrated in there. So it's high taxation, high migration, high frustration, and now coronavirus pandemic has created a state of a manifestation of misery, really. That's really it. It's a manifestation of misery that has hit France. And our hearts go out to these people. We're praying for you. Some of you are watching us every day. We pray for you guys. We understand. And we got our own issues here, obviously. But man, I've been saying this now for 3 years, that the French are hurting. And it's not just the French. But look at Spain. Look at Italy. Look at the disaster that's becoming of the European Union. And socialism doesn't work. Throw in a coronavirus and high taxation, and it's over, okay? It's the haves and the have-nots, and it's really a sharp divide, and it's getting uglier by the day. So I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I really don't know, but it's as if this world is imploding on itself, and you can feel it. You can hear the hoof prints of the white horsemen of the apocalypse wanting to gallop in and save the day with some kind of a message of hope and restoration, when the truth is it's a state of a manifestation of misery, and we see it coming, the beast kingdom. Pray one for another, guys. Pray one for another. Lift each other up. Show compassion. Show mercy. Show love. Stay focused. Don't back down. And church, stay alive. Stay on fire. Stay informed. Stay ready. We're in the last days. Give your life to Jesus Christ. He's coming soon. I mean, he is coming soon. I don't know when. Nobody knows the day or the hour. But we can see the day approaching, and you don't want to be left behind.